You were a defense contractor.
I was, yeah.
Ever think you'd wind up in the world of marijuana?
Never in a million years, nor did my parents.
Live look outside right now. A much colder morning than yesterday, Justin. And also we're talking about perhaps maybe a chance for some rain later on today. It is a day that many now have longed for since the beginning of the coronavirus pandemic. So, I mean, is it fair to say the majority of manned space flights from NASA has had one of your pens on board?
I wouldn't say the majority. I'd say 100% of them.
And I tell you what, the pens, I still have that one that I made right here, Trisha and Danny. There's phenomenal products, really. And they range in price from, $50 to $500, even beyond that, really. You can get pretty pricey with some of those pens.
Cool.
Danny, are you wondering where your pen is?
Yeah.
I'm kind of wondering where my pen is.
Come on, Todd.
So you got to go out there, you got to put in the hard work, you got to make it, ladies.
Okay.
This wasn't given, it was earned.
You really put the elbow grease in that.
I did, you saw that.
Yeah,
I was
impressive,
tired. I had to take a break after that one.
Think of the script. What would you like?
I'm going to have to go with the bourbon dark chocolate combination.
Good choice.
Yeah?
It's my favorite.
All right. Let's light that candle. All right, thank you, Vic.
You're very welcome, sir.
I appreciate it. And so this is probably what you think brought him here.
Legend says that he thought, again, that there were loose liquor laws here in Vegas, and he wanted somewhere where he could infuse liquor with chocolate.
All
so,
right.
yeah.
Here's to loose liquor
there you
laws.
go. Nice.
Yeah, it's really nice. The bourbon, it's not too much, offset by the chocolate. That's special.
Yes, thank you. I'm glad you like it.
Yeah, it's beautiful. I'm Todd Quinones. I'm solo here at the desk today. That is because my colleague Colina is at the One Love Wedding Chapel there in downtown Las Vegas, celebrating love this morning. Colina, good morning again.
For what's next?
Yeah, just staggering developments happening right now, Joe. In the meantime, for us back here at home, any indication exactly about when things like gas prices could start going up even more? An update this morning on the Oakland A's potential move right here to Las Vegas. Well, the team made offers on 4 different sites to build a ballpark here in southern Nevada.
I really think this is kind of the issue of our time, aside from the obvious acute issue of, whether or not you have coronavirus and you can't pay your mortgage. Sort of the next line of that is the mental health and mental awareness right now.
No, agreed.
By the way, we talked about our love for the movie Castaway.
So good.
When I light the grill, I sometimes say, I have made fire. That's my best. Thank you very much. And we wanted to recognize that and say thank you for you and for everything that you're doing, and let you know that you're not alone here. And that's what the 13 Days and Nights is all about. It's all about moments like this. I want to talk about $1 million view. This is like a $33 million view.
It
right?
doesn't get better than this.
Yeah. Well, happy New Year's Eve, everyone, and thank you so much for joining us here on TV, Fire TV, or wherever you're streaming us right now. I'm Todd Quinones. Well, we have team coverage tonight from the Las Vegas Strip to Fremont Street Experience. We are saying good riddance to 2020. I am joined now by 13 Action News anchors Trisha Keene and Dave Courvoisier. And guys, the sun has finally set on 2020. We're going to have to get those vaccination cards laminated because they're going to be just as important as our driver's license or even our phones, I feel like, going forward.
Your son had a similar experience.
Remarkable, although it wasn't even planned. It was just, they happened to be at the park and he looked over and he's like, Jackson, and Jackson looked at him and said, Benjamin, and they met in person for the first time. The 9th island straight to the rest of them, Southwest Airlines will be offering nonstop flights from Las Vegas to Hawaii. This is encouraging. I'm Todd Quinones. It is Wednesday, April 6th. We have a lot to get to this morning. But first, right now, take a live look outside, shall we? And in this week's Nevada Bill, we introduce you now to a company that has threads of envy.
All the work, the labor, and the money, all 100% donated. Absolutely incredible. The total value here has been estimated to be at least $500,000.
All right, well, the 93rd Annual Academy Awards, as we know right now, is in the books. And Las Vegas, certainly no stranger to the silver screen. But there's nothing like going on by yourself, opening the pages to any book, and escaping to that world. It's reading to my son. He's 4, and when he asked me to read a book, I can never say no. You might think this is just a celebration of all things Christmas, but really it is much more than that. This is for everyone, for all faiths of all different backgrounds. For example, this house lit up for Hanukkah. The rule here is simple. No matter your faith, no matter your background, if you want to light up your house and celebrate, you can be featured and be a part of it. In the meantime, Apple's first big product launch of the year is now set for Tuesday. The company is going to unveil a series of new MacBooks. But this moment right now, just to enjoy this sunrise here in the valley on this Monday morning. Justin Bruce, it was quite the weekend, but big changes now heading our way today and tomorrow. Yeah, you love to see that kind of innovation, right?
I know, it's very cool, and it will help our state for sure.
Yeah, maybe some potential Nevada build stories right there.
There you go.
There we go. All right, time now is 4:37. Metal, as we know, is one of the strongest materials on Earth, but when it's not protected, it can rust, become brittle, and then easily break. In tonight's Nevada Build, we introduce you to a woman who learned how to protect metal, and in doing so, protected her own family while also making sure her late husband's dream didn't break. The last time you spoke with Dave, he said, "Oh, I've got to get some things checked out by the doctor. I'll call you back in a couple of weeks."
Yeah. Dave was diagnosed with cancer and passed not even 2 months after.
When Dave passed from melanoma in March of 2019, he left behind a wife and 2 young children. His dream of starting a metal coating business was in a brittle state, and the 2 people who could protect it didn't even know each other. Talking about how you met Jessica, I mean, that is an incredible story.
Yeah.
You didn't meet her until the funeral, until Dave's funeral.
Correct, at the service. Yeah, so Dave and I actually partnered up to start this.
I didn't even know that he had hired Kent, honestly. We met at Dave's service, and when I kind of came into this building, everything was in pieces. Some of the parts we didn't have, most of it.
At that point, I really didn't know what we were going to do.
I basically said, the best help you can do is just get here, because he was in California. So he moved here, and we started going through boxes and parts and pieces and built the whole line.
And what they created is this Nevada-built plating company.
This was always Dave's dream.
Yeah, it's just a remarkable story about how this business came together
It really
against
is.
all odds.
The
It's
fact
amazing.
that they met at the funeral
Yeah.
and then did this business, and now it's successful and it's gotten off the ground.
Yeah, it's a testament to how much they're committed to Dave's dream.
Right,
And they're making it
exactly.
happen. It's remarkable.
Ama-
They didn't exactly build a better light bulb, but they argue they did build a better lighting system. Most people say, well, a light is a light, but far from it.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, even you can see right here, we have this fixture with a lot more whites and blues, which you can physically see. This one looks more orange or red.
Ben Arnett is the co-founder and president of FOS. They manufacture unique high-performance LED grow lights for cannabis.
I mean, obviously light is the driving force in photosynthesis.
The result, they say, is a more efficient, effective way to grow better, more potent marijuana. And their sales may leave you speechless.
I think last year we did just about $1 million a week. So,
$1 million a week.
Yep.
In sales.
In revenue.
Incredible. You got to feel pretty good about that, right?
Yeah, that one always feels good.
And today, their 25,000 square foot warehouse right near Sunset and Green Valley Parkway is packed with lighting systems that are ready to be shipped out to their clients around the world. I'm sure every time you guys see and hear on the news, you know, this state, that state is thinking about legalizing cannabis, you guys got to be thinking, yes.
Oh yeah, sales meetings get real jacked up.
Yeah, I bet.
Real jacked up.
And now the success of FOS gaining the attention of more traditional growers of tomatoes and other leafy greens who are becoming clients.
So right now we're looking at either buying or building a facility about 4 times this size. And
4 times?
Yep, 4 times this size just to keep up with demand.
So why many entrepreneurs pursue the new gold rush of growing and selling marijuana, this Nevada-built company had the bright idea to focus on the lights all growers need.
What was the classic saying? When people are mining for gold, sell picks and shovels.
Well, you've got quite a lot of picks and shovels here, my friend. Yeah, well done.
So that is the masa right there coming out that I see right there.
The first thing to hit you on the factory floor is the wonderful smell of fresh, warm corn tortillas.
They're ready to eat like that, but they fry them.
The second thing you notice, the warmth and kindness of owner Teresa Martinez. There's the expression, when people are in their kitchens, they cook with love. But I get the impression that that's also true here.
Absolutely. Absolutely. And if you go out there and you meet our team, they're our family.
But there is someone who is not here. Teresa's brother, Gus.
My brother built this team. He was a great man.
Late last year, the beloved CEO of Tortillas Incorporated passed away from COVID.
I got to just keep going. And there's a lot of walls you run into and a lot of... Sorry. Yeah. But I got to keep going.
To add to her heartbreak,
Teresa lost her mom a month later.
To see what you're doing now, to me, is a testament of your strength and your character.
You know, I feel like sometimes, why me? Am I being tested? And the only thing I can think is that, you know, God has something. I'm here for something. I have a reason. I have a purpose. I don't know what it is. And I get up every day and I said, I have to do this for my mom. I have to do this for my brother. And I got to take care of Dad.
All of it weighing heavily on Teresa. But despite all of that, she still invited us in, not only to share her struggles, but also to share her family's triumphs and the well-earned pride that is right here inside this North Las Vegas factory.
All right, so here we go. Fresh off the factory floor here. Ladies first.
Thank you.
Here we go. Oh, they're still warm. Yeah. Cheers.
Cheers.
Cheers. That's a good chip.
Mm-hmm. Need a little guacamole.
Yeah. How about a beer? You have a beer somewhere here?
Yeah. Michelada.
That's really good. And so this is that final process that gives it the depth with the waves here.
Yep.
Oh, say, does that Star-Spangled Banner wave? These guys are carving out pieces of patriotism and also a pretty nice profit as well. Two friends, both veterans.
It's like those are two huge elements that most people would just be envious to have.
Well, and it's the military background too. I mean, we have each other's backs. You know, it's the premise on brotherhood. You talk to any military guy in the world, in our country, it's a brotherhood.
And then the Nevada-built pieces are finished with a lacquer coating so it can shine in the twilight's last gleaming.
Especially when the light reflects off, just how that shine makes it really pop.
Yep. And the burn and all that stuff, that just starts bringing all kinds of dimension to it.
Man,
so,
this is beautiful.
Thank you.
It really is beautiful. Yeah, it really is something to see. Now, depending on the size and also the design, pieces can cost anywhere from $225 to more than $900. And 13 investigative reporter Joe Bartels now shows you what happened and what to do if you ever find yourself facing construction chaos. All right, so it's going to get loud, so we got to put these on.
Yeah, gotta have protection on every time.
All right.
We don't want to lose our earrings.
All right, let's go.
Custom motorcycle shop owner Bar Himmelblau wasn't kidding.
Whoa. Wow, that is intense.
Getting peak performance out of motorcycles is all part of the appeal of HRP Customs.
I have to say, being in this room and watching you run this test, it was powerful. It got my adrenaline pumping.
You're ready to go now.
Yeah, not quite. I'll stick to watching. Okay, I'm good. I'll leave that up to you.
Wow.
Whoa! Holy cow!
Yeah.
That was like a bomb.
Yeah,
wow.
it is. Yeah.
Oh man.
That is the result of thousands of pounds of pressure pulling apart an industrial-sized bolt. It snapped right in two, and it is certainly worth a second look.
I was not ready for it to shake. That was so cool. I was ready for the noise.
You're like pop, right?
I was thinking like maybe a gunshot, but that whole thing
it
shook.
goes off, yeah.
Oh man.
Well, you got 200,000 pounds, right?
Yeah.
Boom.
At Vegas Fastener Manufacturing and Power Gen Components, President Marty Goree says that they break the heavy-duty nuts and bolts and sockets they make here on purpose. A mandatory stress test taken well past the breaking point to make sure these parts won't fail specifications. Because if they do fail, the lives of our servicemen and women are at risk.
This part, it goes on the propulsor unit of a Virginia-class submarine.
Whether it's submarines, aircraft carriers, or a stealth bomber, many of these parts made for the military are secretive.
We know it's going in the Columbia-class submarine, and that's all we know.
No kidding.
Yeah.
And would you call this a screw or a bolt?
It's
What is the proper term?
It's a socket head.
A socket head.
It's a 3 3/4 inch.
Oh my goodness.
Acme thread.
How heavy is this?
It's 90 pounds.
90 pounds. I can't even.
You want to do it together?
Wow. Okay.
Ready?
Oh, you
got the heavy end.
Oh, you gotta be kidding me.
That's heavy, right?
Wow. Holy cow.
Yeah.
That is impressive.
Yeah.
Wow, that is impressive.
We are traveling on a barren 2-mile stretch of desert road north of the Las Vegas Motor Speedway. Our destination, a place that is barely on any map. This right here is a brand new liquid hydrogen plant unique to the Las Vegas Valley.
When we're up here, it doesn't even feel like we're in Las Vegas. It feels like we're sort of in no man's land.
No, we are definitely out in the middle of the desert here.
Steven Spencer is the plant manager of Air Liquide's new plant here in the Apex Industrial Park in North Las Vegas. We got a tour of this Nevada-built facility that is about to begin production of liquid hydrogen.
In a town known for its drinking, a lot of that alcohol is shipped into town, but there are some locals right now making their own. But tonight, I show you a Nevada-built distillery reaching back into our state's past to help fuel big plans for their future.
Nevada law may prohibit them from distilling from scratch, but that doesn't stop the owners of Nevada H&C Distillery from making their spirits stand out.
This reminds me of junior high science lab right now.
Well,
only a lot better.
There's a lot of chemistry to it, you know.
Co-founder Aaron Chepanik is the sort of mad scientist, aging and blending their Smoke Wagon bourbon.
Can I smell this?
Sure.
What is this?
This is 4-year off the 3rd floor.
Okay, this smells pretty good to me right now.
And evidently, it tastes pretty good too. Recently, this Nevada-built company has won several double golds in the prestigious San Francisco World Spirits Competition.
Improving America's infrastructure. Today, President Biden signing the $1.2 trillion bill into law. But have you ever tried your cup of joe with turmeric or maybe perhaps some ginger? Well, tonight I'm taking you behind the scenes of a Nevada-built business brewing organic nitrogen-infused coffee.
There is a fantastic, intense aroma when you're surrounded by fresh roasted coffee.
Now that is a wonderful smell.
It is, yes.
It is morning. It is
It'll wake you up.
It'll wake you up. It's everything that's good about the morning.
But at Lucky Jack Coffee, the Java isn't served hot.
Whoa, what do we got here?
On ahead. This is our formulation room.
Whoa, nice and chilly.
Nice and chilly.
Yeah.
This is a favorite spot in the facility in the summertime.
CEO Ray Cole prefers his coffee cold brewed.
This is our most caffeinated coffee drink. It's called Triple Jack.
Oh, this is the juice.
Yeah, this is the juice.
All right, cheers.
Cheers. Smooth, non-acidic.
Yeah, and it's coffee first.
Yeah.
And coffee last.
But like all coffee, it begins with fire.
And we see the fire right here. You can feel that heat.
You can feel it, yeah. And that's blowing into this turbine motor here.
The beans here inside the Lucky Jack facility near Lake Mead in Nellis are roasted at 475 degrees.
Yeah, and I was really amped up after that story. By the way, Lucky Jack, a cold brewed coffee, began in 2013, and today it can be found locally at Smith's, Target, Whole Foods, and Costco.